Hi viewers,
we are
engine failure due to
and my name is Arifin
I'm Danny, I'm Haikal,
and I'm Arno.
so today we are going to talk about
The engine failures due to the different conditions of air.
but before that we have to
learn the basic principles and structures of the engine.
okay,
Let's
let's go.
So, there are 5 components to the engine. The first one is the inlet.
So the inlet is where all the ram air will come in and then brings to the compressor. Next, at the compressor stage, the air will enter and the compressor will compress the air to higher pressure ratio. Next,
And after the compressor stage, the air will then flow to the combustion chamber, where the air will be combusted at a constant pressure and the highly heated air will go to the turbine.
As the heated air is passed through the turbine blades will spin and it will also spin the compressor that's at the stage in front.
and lastly, after all the work is done, goes to the exhaust section in which majority of the thrust will be produced. So, what happens when an engine is lack of air? It will lead to a compressor stall and a surge. But what are they? Compressor stall is a localized condition where one or few stages are affected by airflow disruption and will cause slight vibration and loud sound. Whereas for surge, it is a situation where either compressor suffer complete breakdown or partial. But however, it can be identified by loss of power, RPM fluctuation, increase in EGT, which is exhaust gas temperature, and loud noise. Other problems may include increase in gas temperature, which may damage the turbines, and severe vibration, which may damage the bearings. Other than that, includes also abnormal violent noises and also a power drop.
So, there are 4 factors that contribute to the air quality that could lead to a possible engine failure. The first one being the air temperature. Air is used for cooling of the engine and combustion inside the combustion chamber of the engine. When the temperature gets too hot or too cold, expansion or contraction will occur at different parts of the engine. And since each different part of the engine is made of different material, each material has its own expansion and contraction rate. As a result, this will cause clearance value to drop and there will be possible wear and tear between the components inside the engine, and this might cause an engine failure. Secondly, engine operate at a range of temperatures. So when the air temperature gets too high or too low or exceeds this operational range, this will also cause an engine failure. One indication of an engine failure can be seen from the EG, exhaust gas temperature. So the exhaust gas temperature is a measure of the exhaust gas temperature that is coming out from the rear of the engine. So when there's a high exhaust gas temperature, it indicates that there might be a surge or stall occurring in the engine, or it may show that there are difficulties in engine startup, or it can tell that there are major air leak at the bleed air, and lastly, it will show that the turbine is not extracting enough work for the engine.
So next is humidity. Humidity is the measure of moisture in the air, accompanied by the air-fuel mixture. When there is high humidity in the air and low temperature of the air-fuel mixture, carburetor ice, or in short carb ice, will form at the throttle valve and the venturi throat, causing restriction for the air-fuel mixture to enter the combustion chamber. As a result, there will be a decrease in engine performance and eventually leading to an engine failure. Humidity level also affects corrosion of engine components. As corrosion starts when humidity level reach 45%, engine components that are made of iron or steel corrode and cause a potential engine failure during operation.
So, next is the air pressure. Air pressure is the weight of the atmosphere pressing down on the earth. The main factor that affects the air pressure at a given location is the altitude of that location. Other than altitude, temperature and water vapor concentration are the other 2 factors which affects the air pressure. Air pressure is also influenced by wind patterns, which causes convergence moving together and divergence moving out. So if the airflow in the supply of the engine does not meet the demand airflow, an air pressure fluctuation will occur, and this will cause stalling in the compressor.
Okay, so now density. Density is the mass of air per unit volume. So density is affected by the temperature, humidity and the compressor air inlet pressure. So out of all this, humidity has the least effect on the air density. So that is why the compressor is actually one of the most important parts in the engine. So this air density, it will actually affect the compressor's efficiency, which sounds important. So this compressor efficiency actually will affect the pressure rise of the airflow.
So those were the 4 factors that affects the air quality. Now, how do we counter these problems? Let us tell you.
Okay, so one of the ways to counteract these things are the variable guide vanes. So for variable guide vanes, you can actually place the variable guide vanes at the compressor inlet, and also some variable stator vanes in the high pressure stages of the compressor. Okay, so for the variable guide vanes, you can actually set the angle of attack to a low angle of attack at low engine speeds. And also, the variable stator vanes can also help control the direction of the airflow, so as to reduce the stall, engine stall, compressor stall.
Next, introducing a bleed valve into the middle or the rear of the compressor and use it to bleed air and increase airflow in the front end of the high pressure compressor at low engine speeds. So this will make sure that there will be no air deficiency in the compressor.
So, the last way to counter this problem is to have a full authority digital engine, which is also known as a FADEC. So, a FADEC is a system consisting of a digital computer called an electronic engine controller, or EEC, or another name for it, an engine control unit, ECU, together with its related accessories that control all aspects of the aircraft engine performance. The FADEC works by receiving multiple input variables of the current flight condition, including air density, throttle level position, engine temperature, pressures, and many other parameters. The inputs are received by the EEC and analyzed. Engine operating parameters such as fuel flow, stator vane position, bleed valve position, and other are computed from this data and applied as appropriate. FADEC's basic purpose is to provide optimal engine efficiency for a given flight condition.
FADEC not only provides for efficient engine operation, it also allows the manufacturer to program engine limitations and receive engine health and maintenance reports. For example, to avoid exceeding a certain engine temperature, the FADEC can be programmed to automatically take the necessary measures without pilot intervention. The flight crew first enters flight data such as wind conditions, runway length, or cruise altitude into the flight management system, in short, FMS. The FMS uses this data to calculate power settings for different phases of the flight. At takeoff, the flight crew advances the throttle to a predetermined setting or opts for an auto throttle takeoff if available. The FADECs now apply the calculated takeoff thrust setting by sending an electronic signal to the engines.
So that was our video presentation.
We hope all of you know the importance of air to the engine. We hope that you enjoy the video.
And learn something from it.
Have a nice day.